Hello everyone, so today I'll be showing you another 8 useful OLLs that occur often. This is a part 2 to the video I made a long time ago. It was actually the second video on the channel in the first tutorial, and you can click the link to it right there. Okay, so without further ado, let's get on to our first case. So our first case, we have this kite formation on the top, and I actually showed the other kite case in the last video, but this is a different one. In the last case, what we had is we had the 2 bars on these sides, and I'll show a picture of that case or the diagram right there. But for this case, what you're going to do is instead of holding it like this, like you did for the other case, you're going to hold it so that it's pointing to the bottom right, and you're going to do this algorithm. R, U2, R prime, R prime, F, R, F prime, R, U2, R prime. And that'll orient the top layer. So you'll notice when I was telling you the algorithm, I did R, U2, R prime, F, R, F prime. When you're actually doing the case, the 2 R primes would cancel into each other, making an R2, so it would actually look more like this. You see that I canceled the 2 R primes into each other to make the algorithm more smooth. So here the algorithm is at a moderately faster speed. Okay, so for this next case, we have this dot, and there's actually a very similar case that has a dot on top as well, and it will actually be the next algorithm, and I'll put the picture right there. And you can recognize this one and distinguish it from the other one is that this one has 2 bars on the sides of 3. So what you're going to do for this algorithm is it's the same thing at the beginning as the last algorithm. It goes R, U2, R prime, F, R, F prime, which obviously gets canceled into an R2. And then what you do is you do U2, and then R prime, F, R, F prime. And that will orient the top. So now I'll just do it again. So R, U2, R2, because we're going to cancel it out, F, R, F prime. And we're going to do a U2, and we can see this pair. And so what we're going to do is it's basically like putting a pair in with partial edge control. So it's going to orient all of these pieces. So we're just going to do a sledgehammer or an R prime, F, R, F prime, and it's going to orient the rest of the top layer. So now I'll just do the case a little bit faster. And then we've oriented the top layer. Okay, so for this next case, the top formation is exactly the same as the last case, but here we have on the sides, we have 1 3 block, and then we have 2 block and 2 block in this edge. So in the last case, these corners would be twisted this way. But for this case, they're twisted this way, so we have 2 blocks on these sides. So the algorithm for this is just 2 really easy OLLs in a row. It goes the really basic T OLL, the 6 move case. It goes F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime, and then we have this 6 move L or hook case. So we go little f, R, U, R prime, U prime, little f prime, and that'll orient the top layer. So there's not really anything else interesting to say about this case, so I'm just going to do it a little faster. It's really fast, and if you get it, you just hold it so the bar is on the side, and it's just a really lucky case to get. So for this next case, it's there's a lot of cases that look a lot like this one, so you're just going to have to pay a lot of attention to exactly which case it is. So for this case, the way you're going to hold it is you're going to see this L shape, and you want to hold it so the little hook is pointing up and it's in the top right position, and then you're going to have this yellow block right here. So this is actually a different case if you have the yellow block right here, but you want to hold it like this. And so the algorithm for it is little r, u, m, u, R prime, U prime, little r, U prime, little r prime. And that will orient the top. So now I'll just go over some memorizing tips and things about this case. So what you're going to first do is you're just going to do little r, U, M prime. So basically you just disconnected that. U, R prime. So now we're bringing this part down. U prime. And then we're just going to put the block back in with little r, U prime, little r prime, and then we've oriented the top. So now I'll just demonstrate it a little bit faster. And it flows really smoothly once you get the hang of it. So for this next case, what you're going to have is you're just going to have this bar, and then you're going to have a solid block on this side, and then these two twisty corners in this one. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold it so the bar is on the right, and you're going to do this algorithm. R, U, R prime, U, R, U prime, cube rotate to the right, R, U prime, R prime, F prime. And that'll orient the top. Okay, so for tips and tricks to memorizing this algorithm, what you're gonna do is this starts off exactly like a soon. So you go R, U, R prime, U, R, and then we switch gears, we do a U prime, cube rotation, R to move this side up, U prime to connect this, R prime, F prime. And so essentially what we did is we put this pair back into the first two layers. So now for this algorithm at a faster speed. Alright, so now for this next case, we have only the bar on the top, just like the last case, but instead of having a full bar on one side, we have two headlights on both sides and then the edges. So what we're going to do for this case is we're going to hold it horizontally this time, and we're going to do this algorithm. F, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, F prime, little r, U, R prime, U prime, little r prime. And we've oriented the top layer. Now for tips and tricks to memorize this alg, what you're basically going to do is you're going to start off the 6-move T OLL, which I'll put the diagram right there, is you're going to do F, R, U, R prime, U prime, and then you're going to switch gears and you're going to do R, F prime, and then what you're going to do is you're going to do little r, U, R prime, so you're going to connect this, U prime, little r prime. And then, so you've oriented the top. So now I'm going to demonstrate this algorithm at a faster speed. Alright, so this next case, what you do is you have this 2x2 block on the top, and we see we can have this yellow sticker right here. So it's held like this, and we have the yellow sticker right here. And so once it's held like this and you know you have this case, you're going to do this algorithm. Little r, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, little r prime. So now for interesting ways to memorize this algorithm. This thing is essentially a fat anti-soon. So what a fat anti-soon is it's the same thing as an anti-soon, but the R in the R prime at the beginning and end are replaced by little r and little r prime at the beginning and end. So let's see how they compare. So little r, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime, versus a normal anti-soon. R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime. So now for this case sped up, it flows really smoothly. So for our final case, we have the same shape, but if it's held like this, we don't have the yellow sticker. So we do a U and hold it in the bottom right. And now we see that the sticker is here. And so we know this is the correct case. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a fat back anti-soon. So it's a lot of words, but essentially what it is this. Little r prime, U2, R, U, R prime, U, little r. And so that will orient the top. So now for tips and tricks in memorizing this algorithm, we can see that we have this back anti-soon right here. And the algorithm for that is R prime, U2, R, U, R prime, U, R. And so that algorithm is the same, but the R in R prime in this case is replaced by a little r and little r prime in the case that I just taught you. Now I'll just do this algorithm at a little bit of a faster speed. And that wasn't great, but it's better than doing 2 look. So anyways, this was another 8 useful OLLs that occur often. This time I used a little bit more difficult to memorize algorithms, and I hoped it helped you, and I'll see you guys next time.